Hello, everybody. This is Joel Medina, and this is my weekly outlook for gold and GJ, for gold and USD dollar, US dollar, and GBP JPY. Let's start right away with gold. By the way, if you noticed, you follow me on social media. Not only you maybe saw the trade that I explained from Friday, where I took only risked like 16 pips and made 115 pips profit. The same way that I actually lost on Thursday, but same thing. I lost only like 10 pips, and I was willing to go for 100 pips. So high risk. High reward, low risk. That's what I'm going for recently. I'm back to New York sessions. After 2 months now. Yeah, 2 months. After 2 months, now I'm back to New York sessions. Barely started last Thursday. Gonna slowly, I'm warming up again to slowly come back to the New York sessions, and I'm gonna be posting more and more. And maybe we might do one streaming day. I think now I'm closer to doing the streaming days because now I think I might be able to stay more around the New York session schedule. But anyways, let's go. Let's jump right into gold. As you can see, we kept the bearish pressure on the higher time frame quite easy to follow. Actually, the weekly even better. Weekly was so easy because weekly literally same place around. This is 1810. No, it's actually 18.5. Yeah, it's 18.5. 1,805. That level, that price level that was previously a support became a resistance, and it has been creating like this textbook structure. Really, like gold has been a blessing in terms of structure. So it has been quite easy to trade, I guess. Even for trendline traders, for everybody. Look, during those days, these days, it was just the bullish, let's say the correction of the weekly. The bearish weekly structure had a correction, and that means daily structure being bullish until you had the double top. Look, one, two, boom. So now, and look, and then the following day is just sell, 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 sell. And now a little bit of a correction where exactly to the same place where we had a support. Look, this is 1760, and look, right, same place. I mean, it has been really, really nice. Gold has been behaving really nice. So this is just simple. The weekly outlook for gold remains being bearish, and until we don't see either this level rejecting again the daily structure, then maybe we have a reversal from here. This is 1735. Then most likely we should just keep looking for sales. By the way, I noticed something on the monthly, which is we are actually below the 1755 level, which is a massive level. On the higher time frame, you notice the monthly that we actually created a support around that zone, around 1755, and we are only 3 days away from ending this candle, and the candle might actually end up being below the 1755 level. So if that happens, that means the probabilities of price revisiting down 1685 level are really would be really, really high. Okay, if that happens. So um, keep that in mind. Let's go to the weekly again, and like I was saying, weekly is quite easy to follow. It's just a bearish trend, and we have a candle that just finished here. Most likely we're about to start this. As I'm recording, it's just 5:11 p.m. Eastern time, and this is, you can see the date here, August 28th, 2022. And yeah, so we should just keep looking for sales. The structure right now, oh, by the way, we might be able to get a counter trend buy from here because this is such a strong level, especially 1730. It's a really strong level. If we see any rejection from there during high volume session, especially around the 1730 area, as we can see, we have quite a nice amount of liquidity sitting in this area and around this area. I mean, on the lower time frame, maybe we can spot it even better. Yeah, yeah, we have liquidity sitting around here for sure. And anyways, this is a weekly outlook, but just so you know, there's an opportunity for day trades to maybe buy from here. It really depends on what volume session is pushing. And if you see a reversal on the lower time frame, you have a specific entry that should be a really nice push up to at least 1740 and even higher. Who knows? But there we go. Yeah, gold is easy. I don't think we have to look too much. Gold still bearish until proven otherwise. Quite the easiest outlook here. The difficult one is this guy here, which is GJ, or maybe it's a lady, because it's quite difficult, right? So we can see here. I'm joking, by the way. So we can see here that the month just pretty much stayed in the same place. It just like is doing like this zigzag, I guess. Look, and the weekly you can see it quite. It's funny that 2 weeks ago I just shared an analysis about GJ, and we're pretty much in the same place. Like I was saying, we have a lot of indecision. This is still bearish, which is still bearish. Look, still bearish on the weekly, but a lot of indecision. And the same thing I said 2 weeks ago is the same thing that applies still today, because we don't have a clear direction. We only have a bearish pressure, but it's mostly going kind of like sideways. And when we have that, the only trades that make sense are the trades where you grab specific zones of liquidity. So if you don't know how to grab a zone, you should just stay away from this, because most likely you're gonna lose a lot of money if you really don't have if you have a trend, let's say trend trade style. If you don't have a zone trade style, you might struggle here. Especially, actually, let me show here. Yeah. Because I noticed when I opened this chart that I had it like this, and it was all the levels I had a few days ago. I drew these levels, and I just noticed they were respected to the T. Look, to perfection. So unless you know how to identify levels and maybe grab entries from there, then you might get screwed, because you literally start here, go up, down, it's literally end in the same place. So unless you grab the extremes of the zones, you're gonna be having a lot of issues. So for beginners, I would actually kind of like suggest that unless you see a clear entry, don't force trades, and try to identify levels. Like this zone here is quite easy. 162.670 and 160.850 has been respected quite nicely. And as you can see, we have a range here in the middle, in between, where honestly you don't want to be caught here in the middle of this. So either you identify where the next liquidity grab is gonna be, or the zone, either of those, and maybe grab entries from there, or just kind of like wait for the market to grab a clear decision. By the way, we have been going sideways for a whole month. You know what that means, right? That next month, September, most likely we're gonna see an explosion. Either, most likely, there's a high probability of it, right? We don't have, remember, only probabilities, no certainties. So, but the probabilities dictates that the moment we get out of here, most likely we're gonna see many days either up or down the moment we break out of here. So nobody knows, a lot of indecision, and that would be my suggestion. Kind of like stay away from GJ in the middle of the ranges, and try to grab only the extreme of the zones. Try to identify them. I did this really fast. Like I drew these zones a couple of days ago, and it was fast. So maybe they can be optimized. But look, they have been respected quite nicely. So maybe you can grab these, or whatever other zone you want to grab, and just try to enter the moment you get a confirmation on the lower time frames from the zones. That would be my suggestion. That way you get better RR. So that's it. Remember to subscribe if you're new. Give it a like if you like this, and leave me in the comments if you want to see any other pairs, right? So this was Joel Medina. I'll see you next time.